I was thinking about something on my walk this morning, and it wasn't really about writing. It was about all the things that we quietly tell ourselves. Things like, I'm not too late, or perhaps I should just let it go and forget about it. I hear those words almost every week from people who want to write a book but haven't done so, and they're unhappy. Sometimes they've carried an idea around for years, sometimes 10 years, sometimes 20, sometimes even longer. And somewhere along the way, they begin to believe that because they haven't written it yet, they've missed their chance. But you know what? I don't think that's true at all. I think that we've been asking the wrong question all along. We ask ourselves, why haven't I written my book? When perhaps, what if the better question was, what happened that pulled me away from myself? What happened that pulled me away from myself? That's what I was thinking about on my walk. Because life has a way of doing that, doesn't it? We have children, we work, illness, we care for other people, we have bereavements, grief, responsibilities. And not because we've stopped caring about creativity, but there have been seasons when simply getting through the day was enough. And I know this. For a long time, I thought I had lost my creativity too, and I've been writing since I was 14. There was a period when illness completely changed my life. Writing disappeared, and I couldn't imagine ever finding my way back to it. And then one afternoon, I found myself on the Isle of Skye here in Scotland. I spent hours sitting amongst the seaweed, watching the tide, with nowhere else that I needed to be. And you know what? Nothing really happened, nothing obvious. I didn't get an epiphany or any sort of grand revelation. You know what? It was so quiet that I could actually hear myself. And for once, I wasn't listening to that critical, noisy voice in my head, but I was listening to the quieter voice that I didn't even know existed, but I suddenly knew that I belonged to it. I belonged to the sea and the seaweed and the tide and this little whisper in my head waiting patiently for me to listen. And that afternoon didn't really amount to very much at the time, but now I see that experience for what it was. It gave me a beginning. And over the following months, I had outlined a novel, written it, and slowly found my way back to the creative life that I thought I'd lost and would never find again. And that experience changed the way that I think about writing. I do not believe that creativity is something we have to force. I think it's something that we return to. It doesn't leave us. We leave it. And nature reminds us of that all the time. Growth happens quietly, patiently, invisibly most of the time. Writing is the same. Every page matters. Every walk where you're thinking about your story matters. Every notebook filled with questions matters. It all belongs. So if you've been telling yourself that you're too late, I wonder if that's simply a story you've been repeating for so long that it started to feel like the truth. Because perhaps you're not late at all. Perhaps you've simply arrived at the season where your book finally gets written. If that's true, don't start thinking about the whole manuscript. Don't think about publication. Don't even think about whether anyone will read it. Just write one page, one honest page. Because that's how books are built. And lives are changed that way too. So thank you for spending these few minutes with me. If this has resonated with you, I'd love to know what book is quietly waiting in that whispering voice inside your head. And until next time, take care of yourself and don't forget to spend a little time outside. Sometimes that's where the writing begins. And so now I'm going to bring a little of the outside here for you. Before you go, I'd like to leave you with a few quiet moments. If you can, put your feet on the floor. Let your shoulders soften. Take one slow breath in and a gentle breath out. There's nothing for you to do for the next couple of minutes. Nowhere to go, nothing to catch up with. I'd just like you to notice that you're here. And if you're able and feel comfortable to do so, close your eyes for a moment. Now imagine yourself standing at the edge of a woodland. You don't need to walk anywhere. You're not looking for anything. Just simply notice. Notice the movement of the leaves, the scent of the earth after rain, the light finding its way through the branches, and the quiet rhythm that exists without anyone there to notice. Notice that nothing here is in a hurry. The trees are not trying to grow before they're ready. Everything is unfolding in its own time. And perhaps, just perhaps, your creativity belongs to that same rhythm. Creativity isn't a machine to be switched on or something to force into existence. It's something that's alive, living, something that has been waiting patiently beneath all that noise. Take a slow breath in, and as you breathe out, ask yourself one gentle question. What is quietly asking to be written now? You don't need to search for an answer. Simply let the question settle. It may come to you later today or tomorrow or on your next walk. Just trust that it will arrive when you're ready to hear it. Now, open your eyes. I invite you now to write one page, not because you have to, and not because you have anything to prove, just because something within you is ready to begin again.